Hello and welcome to Mindful Living, where we explore the art of living with the intention, balance, and inner peace. I am Avik, your host, guiding you through conversations on health, meditation, mental well being, mindfulness, and the mind body connection. Each episode features expert insights to help you grow, heal, and thrive. So, take a deep breath, relax, and join us on this journey to a more mindful and fulfilling life. So, let's get started.
Hello and welcome, listeners, to the Mindful Living, the podcast where we explore the power of resilience, personal growth, and intentional living. I am your host, Sana, and today we are excited to share an incredible journey of overcoming adversity and turning setbacks into opportunities. Our guest is Jacopo. So, welcome to the show, Mr. Jacopo.
Hi, Sana. Nice to meet you, first of all, and I'm really happy to you invite me in this beautiful show to share, what I have inside my heart to other people to inspire them.
Definitely, definitely. So, listeners, before we proceed on to the discussion, I would love to share a bit about my guests to all of you. So, Jacopo Lasiello had dreams of becoming a professional soccer player, but when those dreams were unexpectedly cut short, he didn't give up. Instead, he pivoted and built a thriving real estate empire. And in this episode of The Mindful Living, we'll dive into how he transformed a life altering challenge into a path to success and what we can all learn about resilience, adaptability, and the power of seizing opportunities. So, welcome to the show again, Jacopo. It's an absolute honor to have you today.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the beautiful introduction. I love a lot what, one word in your introduction, the resilient part. I
Hmm.
think so. Be resilient is the most important part in our life. And is really something when you cultivate and when you working on this word, on this feeling, or this sensation, you will for sure have a bright future wherever you desire in your heart.
I agree with you, 100% agree with you, Jacopo. So, can you share the moment when you realized your soccer career was over, and how did you begin to shift your mindset toward new opportunities? Because that would be so, so scary, so demotivating. So, how did you do that?
Yeah, first of all, what's going on, when I am young, like 11 years old, I have this dream in my heart, in my mind, in my body to becoming a professional soccer. And around 13 years as old, I live in my city. I am Italian. I'm from Napoli. Love a city where I love, to go every couple of months and spend time over there. And what's going on, I started my career like professional soccer and arrive at 17 years old when I need to take the jump to go in the, with the senior, people they do something for living, like soccer. And what's going on, I have big injury.
Mhm.
And at that time, I feel really, really, darkness inside, really. And I don't know what I need to do anymore in my life because all my life, for my young age, I'm dedicated with my spirit, with my energy, with everything to this dream.
Mhm.
But thanks, I have inside me the word resilience, and thanks, I grew up in a beautiful, harmonic family, and I have from my young age the passion to understand the mind of the other human being, in particular people that have success. In what it means, in the same time I play soccer professional, I read a lot. I am not really interesting to. I don't love the normal process school, but I love to, understand how people make their success and their life different respect other human being. I mean, I starting to read this kind of book, and this give me the power to shift my direction of my life, because after this injury, I started my career in entrepreneur business, where I take money like from the government from Italy,
Mhm.
and I opened my first shop in the jewelry business. And why I choose jewelry business, because I am, is a long story, but I find this kind of business really interesting for me. And
Wow.
I received this money, and I opened this first shop in Italy.
Mhm.
And after 6 months, my shop, I closed the shop, and I sleep in the shop for a couple of months, because I make the first big mistake every entrepreneur make, is
Mhm.
location, location, location. Wherever you do in your life, business, investment, the most important part is find the correct location for your investment. And this is my first starting change.
Mhm.
And from over here, I asked to my father, to my family, to
Mhm.
help me and give me other small amount of money to reopen the shop, because I have this inside me where I know the business will be work, and my father, support me and give me this small amount of money, around 8,000 euro. And I repainting the shop physically with my father and everything. He helped me, and we reopened this shop in the best location. I changed some strategy of the marketing, and my career in the entrepreneur business starting. I opened more than 20 shop. I make multi-million dollar with this company, and I starting at 22 years old
Mhm.
my real estate career in Italy in the auction business. And after I started the career, I have like another epiphany to in around 28 years old. I'm moving to Florida, and I create um, portfolio of property for cash flow and more than 350 flipping.
Hmm. Wow, that's quite an interesting and very motivating journey, Jacopo, and thanks so much for sharing this with our listeners. So,
Welcome.
transitioning from sports to real estate, it's a big leap. What attracted you to real estate, and how did you get started on that path? I mean, what were the initial steps you took to make sure that
Mhm.
you didn't repeat the mistakes you did in your previous ventures or businesses?
Yeah, the first thing I understand is to try to study everything and try to moving in the direction the what you want.
Mhm.
What it means, I remember like yesterday, I take course how invest in auction in real estate in Italy. And I take one coaching at that time. And I starting my career. I make my first 34,000 euro, and think about at that time around 2000, when I have like 2003, 2004, 35,000 euro is more the what is make like a manager in Italy.
Mhm.
And and from over there I understand how real estate is really 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 powerful, but the shift of the mindset happening in something. From my first mistake business, I learned something really, really important. To starting everything, you need strategize your business, you need to strategize your investment, and you need have every time two important part. One is have an exit strategy for your business, and two, like understand correctly all the process about what you do. This is like the really mind, the shift I have from the first mistake I make to starting my real estate career.
Hmm. Great. That's profounding. And looking back, what qualities or habits from your time as an athlete have most contributed to your success in real estate?
Like really resilient
Mm-hmm.
and continue to work hard on the sport on your body.
Mm-hmm.
Two, when you don't feeling, when you feel down, when you don't have energy, because reality is this: when you moving your body and you moving your breath, everything starting to moving, and the our sensation, our emotion, our feeling, our down feeling, we have this kind of the sensation because we don't moving enough our body. And this is really important for me because sport give me the direction and and the time when you need to do every day one step on the time to
Mm-hmm.
arrive to your goal. And this is the only hot secret. Every people they make success in their life, in business or whatever you intend to have success. It means continue to do every day something in the direction to your goal. What
Mm.
it means, like starting with energize your body. I use meditation, I do pray, I do biohacking and exercise every day, every day, every day. And after the energy is coming, because this is something you create in your life, because we are something so beautiful, so shiny, and we have inside us the possibility. Every of us, we have the possibility to really shine in the world, but we need to cultivate this energy,
Mm. That's very true. And resilience, of course, is a common theme in both sports and business, as rightly said by you. So, how did you cultivate the mental toughness needed to overcome adversity and succeed in a completely different field?
Yes, really, really easily. Okay, this is happening different time in my life because I have different pain point. First of all, with the sport, when close my first shop. After when I moving to United States,
Mhm.
when my business in the jewelry business, started to lose revenue. The really important part is this one: when you have something. Bad, you need to have this capacity, the word you tell, resilience. But how you cultivate this word, how really you like training this word resilience is only one way. The one way is this one: when you have something bad happening in your life, you have two solutions: or you continue to think about what's happening in your life,
Mhm.
why you receive this situation in your life. Automatically, unfortunately, our mind is working like this: wherever you think, you receive. And what's going on in my life, how I apply the sport mentality in the business is this: when something happening in my life, I have a small amount of time where I dedicate my energy for this. For example, yesterday I shared something nice. I have one bracelet where. I really love this bracelet because represent for me, my success have value, economic value, but more the economic value have, emotion value. Okay, and yesterday. When I am in one my house where I flipping this property, for some kind of reason I lose this bracelet. And yesterday I stay like around to find this bracelet with my employee, maybe for until 11:30 in the night. And I think about this bracelet, but I feel a little bit down. But today in the morning, I shift completely my think, and I tell, okay, something happening, whatever. Thanks God, I have like my life is good. I have my energy, I have everything, and I shift my thinking to what I want to do today. Is not exist anymore. This think in my mind. What this means, or okay, this is not a big problem, but in to shift the same characteristic, how I'm moving forward to something happening in my life, I don't think anymore at that problem, and I focalize to create something new in my life. For example, when somebody have some problem in the business, why they started to go down and continue to go down, because what's going on, what they do, they think about constantly to the problem, and they don't think about how to resolve the problem. Is something completely different, and this is how you build resilience, in how to resolve the problem happening in your life. For example, I never use the word problem in my life. I use word more soft, like I need to resolve something easily. I use some kind of word where I don't use problem. If you repeat in your mind problem, something small becoming big. And this is how really you build resilience. And it's easy, but you need to put your attention. Like when you have something different changing in your life, don't think about and working to resolve the situation or to create something else.
Hmm. Wow, wow. Thank you so much, Jacopo, for explaining this beautifully with a very simple and relatable example.
You are super welcome.
And you have also mentioned the power of seizing opportunities. So, can you share a story or a moment where an unexpected opportunity came your way and how you leveraged its success?
Yeah, like I have really two step in my career of business where I understand the importance about timing. Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
first one I remember when I opened my first shop in the jewelry business.
Mm-hmm.
I have the idea to sell the jewelry, but I starting to see the market, started to have, difficulty to sell the jewelry, and I think about why I don't create a business where, at the same time, I have the possibility to sell jewelry and to buy at the same time, or to exchange for other things, because in Italy and in general in Europe, this kind the situation, they are not really marketized correctly. And at that time, I take my first correct timing, or this means I timing correctly the market, and timing correctly the market is no easy, is not possible at the perfection. But I timing the market, I started to change, the possibility, my shop becoming a place where they don't possible only buy jewelry, but sell their jewelry, exchange, and I marketize correctly this different vision of the business. And this is the first important, timing and characteristic when you see the opportunity, and I expand, I put all gas in this business where I open more than 20 shop. Now, the second one is when in real estate business, something big happening in 2008, 2009. The mortgage subprime United States, it means, in particular in Florida, the market completely meltdown.
Yeah.
And, I read in internet, because from I every time stay on top of the news, on top of how is going the economy. Okay, like something really big happening in Florida.
Mhm.
And I take in 2011, and at that time I don't speak English, I don't speak Spanish, because over here in Miami everybody speak Spanish, but I speak only Italian at that time. And I take the fly, and after I study everything, I take shot to coming over here to understand the market. And thanks God I do this, because for the second time I uh, is no I don't like the word timing, because timing is a word for the day by day trading, where I don't believe in people they do day by day trading. I believe in people they study and they understand where the market shift, where the market is going, and try to timing the market. And when you timing the market, or you are in the approximately time where it's good to do something, you need, after you start, when you started to receive a good provent, good income from what you do, you need to put all your gas to try to use this time in the best way to monetize more, and to have after the possibility to have more more energy, economic energy in your gasoline, for your gasoline, to have other possibility to do other kind of business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. It's interesting. And what strategies do you use to maintain balance and also avoid burnout in, such a high pressure industry like real estate, and especially coming from an intense sports background?
um I find when I have one pain point in my life around 28 years old,
Mm-hmm.
when I shift my life from Europe to Italy to America, not because I needed, but because I wanted. But the wanted is bigger than I needed.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and but the wanted, through the wanted, I really have a lot of suffering in this transition, culturally, language, and everything. But I continue to go back to I have all my root is in Italy, my family, I have interests over there, and like I go back every time. Now, to return to your word, is really important, like to have. Sorry, ma'am, I forgot what if you possible repeat for me the question.
Sure, 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 sure. So, how do you maintain balance and
Yeah,
also avoid burnout, in such a
yeah,
high pressure industry like real estate, and that
yeah.
too with a soccer background?
Yes, sorry. Like, how I tell you, 28 years old, I learned this technique, the meditation transcendental. Meditation transcendental completely my life. Change my mind, change my spirit and everything. And how I support my mind, my body, and everything is with this method I create. I assemble, and this method is called MPBE, meditation, pray, biohacking, and exercise. And I assembled this method where every day I wake up at 4:30 in the morning,
Mhm.
and I build my day through this kind the activity. I take like almost 1 hour, 1 hour and 50 minutes to meditate, to pray, to do some biohacking. I use some kind of device where they give me energy, and I do after exercise. This is how I build my day, and this technique called MPB, I want, and this is the only my intention is to share with more people as possible. And for this reason, I wrote a book called healthy, rich, and happy, where I share not only about how really build your your day
Mm-hmm.
with different technique, where I share, where I give not only the technique, but I give really powerful information from university, how why is
Mm-hmm.
important to do something. And in the second part of, from this book, I explain how all my path, all my story, all my strategy to arrive at create, a profitable and multi-million business in real estate. And, I share different kind of technique. And, this is how really I leverage this kind of technique. I told you meditation, pray, biohacking, and exercise to really have the power and energy
Mm-hmm.
to follow my dream.
Wow, that's super. So, Jacopo, before we wrap up, what advice will you give to others who may be facing setbacks or major life changes and they're unsure of how to pivot toward a new path?
Okay, really, really easy slash difficult. Why? Like, because how is the process is build before you want something inside you.
Mm-hmm.
What this means is this: before whatever you want to change career, you want to start a new business, you want to go after new relationship, you want to travel the world, wherever is something scary for you, if you don't build your internal path, you will be something where you go with the direction of the water. One time the water go in one direction, one time go in another direction, and you don't have control about your feeling. But if you build inside you with different kind of technique, and for this main reason, I create this method. I assemble this method. It's nothing new. Everything is outside. You need only, utilize. And for this reason, it's so important use meditation, pray, biohacking, and exercise, because it help you to build your internal part. And when you have peace inside you, when you have calm, when your nerve is really calm,
Mm-hmm.
you have clarity to choose the correct path in your life. And when you have in the peace, when you have in the calm, for sure you are in better and more shiny position to decide respect if you are in stress. Like my suggest is, please, whatever you have in mind, build your internal part, becoming your best self, your best human being, shining your energy with the world. And is not a fla, but is reality. When you build something inside, your peace, your calm, with this technique, you will receive, you will go, and you will find your path.
Definitely, definitely. What a conclusion to the discussion. And Jacopo, if our listeners want to connect with you and explore the MPBE methodology and the wonderful strides you're doing in the real estate field, how they can do so.
Yeah, like, I will really love, to help me in what I have in my mind. My mind in this moment, for all the part of my life,
Mhm.
is share with other human being something I receive in my heart. It means I receive really this powerful, technique, and I receive the capacity to share, how create wealthy. And for this reason, my goal is to share with most people as possible, not for only myself, to the egocentric part is not my goal. My goal is to share how touch other people life
Yeah.
through this my book, because this book have really powerful information. Where the people they possible find me, they possible find me in my website www.healthyrichandhappy.com, and they possible request for the pre-order. I have a resource where I share the strategy I use in with my method, with the real estate, and everything. And they possible follow me through my Instagram, Jacopo Lasiello, my name and my last name, investor broker, where I share, every day something positive, every day something to utilize in life and in business.
Definitely. We'll mention all the details in the show notes for our listeners. And thank you so much, Jacopo, for sharing your incredible journey from soccer dreams to real estate success with all of us today. Your journey is a powerful reminder that with the right mindset and resilience, we can turn adversity into opportunity and create a life we love and cherish.
Thank you, Sana. It's super true what you tell, and I hope so. Everybody listening this podcast, they will have the energy, the resilience to build their life. But I don't only hope. I am sure 100% if they are really commit, they will have something beautiful in their life.
Absolutely, absolutely. And listeners, if you want to explore how Jacopo turned his adversity life challenges into a beautiful life loving opportunity, please make sure to refer the show notes along with this episode on your favorite podcast platform. And I would like to add that life's challenges can often be the doorway to new and exciting possibilities. So don't give up and stay mindful, stay resilient, and keep taking those opportunities as they come. Until next time, this is the Mindful Living and your host, Sana, signing off.
Bye.